On today's episode of Gary Goes Boating, it's behind you.
So just ignore that.
I give a cruise liner a race.
Race between me and Queen Anne.
I go very fast.
Yes, I'm flat out.
Something's a bit hairy.
Yeah, to be honest, that was a little bit hairy.
And I'm sorry.
I do apologise for that.
This is Gary Goes Boating.
Hello then, you join me halfway up the Southampton Water. Behind me over there is Royal Victoria Country Park. And today I've decided that we're going to go into Southampton, well, Southampton Port anyway, and have a look to see what cruise ships are in dock today. So join me as we go up Southampton Water and we're going to see what cruise ships are actually in port. Just over there to my port side is a huge container ship. Just look at that. MSC. Obviously going into Southampton Port, but it's just massive. Anyway, let's carry on up Southampton Water and we'll see how many cruise ships are in port, shall we? From this point on, I'm only allowed to do 6 knots up the Southampton Water. Up until this point, it was a no speed limit. So I need to sort of slow down now and go to 6 knots, but still avoid, obviously, this massive container ship, which is sort of coming up behind me. I'm assuming it's going to turn up there. So I'm going to get out of its way. To be honest, that was a little bit hairy because just a little bit had to break the speed limit, but I think it's necessary to get away from basically that. Okay, I'm back down to legal speed limit of under 6 knots. To my right hand side there, that is the port of Southampton, where I assume this big container ship is going to dock. So we initially thought we'd come and see some cruise ships. There's Arvia over there. It looks like there's the Independent of Seas and another one around the corner. But obviously, stealing the show is this massive container ship behind me, and it's still there. Just ignore that massive big container ship behind me, let's just pretend it's not there. So over there is Hyde, and behind this container ship is Mayflower Park, which is where the boat show is held annually, the Southampton Boat Show, just behind this huge, I keep mentioning it, this massive container ship. I'll try and show you Mayflower Park in a minute when we get clear of this. So just there is Mayflower Park. They build a temporary marina every year for the boat show, and it's very impressive to watch them. But there it is in its naked glory, I guess you'd call it, Mayflower Park. We found a couple of cruise ships, or 3 of them in fact. There's Arvia just over there, you can probably see that. I thought it was Independence of the Seas, but it's Liberty of the Seas, which is over there. And there's a third one, which I haven't managed to get close to yet, just all the way up in Southampton Water. Just some facts on where these cruise ships are going to head off to today. Arvia is going to, well, Mediterranean bound apparently. Queen Anne, Cunard ship, is apparently going to Spain and Portugal. And Liberty of the Seas is European bound and Norwegian fjords. Does that make you feel jealous? Just a little. I'm not sure if you can make it out on the camera, but just over there is a big car park for cars that are going to be imported and exported from the UK through the port of Southampton. And next to that, it looks like there's some wind turbine blades. I guess they're being shipped out to build offshore power plants. So there we go then, that's a quick tour of the port of Southampton. We've seen some cruise ships, we saw a massive container ship that did frighten me a bit, I'll be honest. And we've also seen Mayflower Park and a bit of IKEA and things like that. So I hope you've enjoyed this trip. I'm now going to head back home, head back to the Hamble. I'll talk to you on the way and hopefully show you some nice shots of the Southampton Water on our way. Look at these rusty old barges just anchored here, just rotting away. Well, we're at the point where I can speed up from 6 knots to unlimited, but I see the Queen Mary sort of coming up behind me, so I'm going to take it easy and let her pass, and I can also film her. In fact, You might be able to hear her in the background now. Have I been referring to this cruise ship as Queen Mary? Because it's actually Queen Anne. I do apologise for that. Anyway, here she is, just here. Queen Anne. Isn't that just amazing? Look at that. Just going right next to me. When Queen Anne clears me, I'm going to throttle up and head back towards the Hamble. I'll talk to you on the way. Between me and Queen Anne, but to be honest, I don't think Queen Anne knows that she's in the race. Yes, I'm flat out, and I left Queen Anne in my wake. Carefree is a winner. We're just approaching the Hamble now. Some people might be tempted just to cut straight across there, but if you look at the chart, it would be very foolish to cut straight across there. Although at the moment it is high tide, so we'll probably get away with it. But you can see on the chart that it actually dries out. It's actually land there. So we just sneak around this East Cardinal marker just here, and then we're into the Hamble, and then we're safe. I'm not sure if I caught that on camera, but I'm coming up the Hamble right now, and there's a helicopter just there landing in the field in Warsash. Not sure what that's about. Maybe it's one of the big private houses that are up there. Maybe it's a private helicopter. Have I shown you the Pink Ferry before that goes between Hamble and Warsash? It's famous around these parts. And there's the amazing Hamble Lifeboat crew washing down the boat and filling up with fuel. There's a jolly sailor by day. Well, here we are then, back in the marina. Thank you for joining me. I hope you enjoyed today's trip, and that container ship was really scary, wasn't it? If you did like it, please like and subscribe, and join me again for another adventure on Carefree when Gary goes boating once again. Take care. Bye-bye.